It's May 28th, 2024, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and my shirt sleeves are way too long. However, this jacket fits very nicely. The International Criminal Court, or ICC, has issued an arrest warrant to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the war in Gaza. The ICC said they also considered arrest warrants for brutal dictators Ayatollah Khamenei, Bashar al-Assad, and Xi Jinping, except they weren't quite Jewish enough. A Boebert-Buttigieg battle blew up this past week. Wednesday, the Colorado Congresswoman took to X to tweet about the securing of $51.3 million for a bridge in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg shot back that Boebert actually voted against the funding of the bridge. Boebert replied that Buttigieg was too busy chest feeding to remember the letter she wrote him in 2022 about the funding. Buttigieg belted back at Boebert, saying she must have been too busy groin grabbing to have sent the letter. Boebert told Buttigieg to quit slut-shaming. Buttigieg told Boebert to quit being homophobic. The two then released a joint tweet saying they were in love and planned to marry in the fall. They're both going to hyphenate. Boebert-Buttigieg. Oh, that's so sweet. And also extremely repulsive. The International Cryosphere Climate Initiative, or ICCI, declared Venezuela to be the first country in modern history to lose all of its glaciers to climate change. They probably just haven't looked hard enough. We are coming off a long Memorial Day weekend. I personally spent some time at the pool, and apparently I've totally forgotten how to put on sunscreen without leaving random patches of my body uncovered. Here now with a report on how Americans spent the holiday weekend is Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Burton Cowden.
Brian, it's a happy Memorial Day. I want to thank you again for giving me your credit card to come here and do an expose on what's happened at the beach. But I used your credit card, got this beach house. I hope it doesn't get declined. It's a little expensive, but I'm having a blast, so thank you. As I'm talking, I'm starting to realize that maybe I didn't ask you and I just stole your credit card. But either way, happy Memorial Day, and you know what's happening at the beach? Me!
I was wondering what those charges were. Now I know. Much like the Mormon Church, Hillary Clinton blames women. In an interview with the New York Times, former First Lady, Senator, Secretary of State, election denier, war criminal, etc., blamed women for her 2016 loss to former TV personality Donald Trump because, she concluded, women expected her to be perfect. And now she knows the expectations that have been put on men for years. Hillary then announced she will run for president with her running mate, Harrison Butker. You see, the Mormon Church blames Eve for listening to the serpent and tempting Adam, resulting in God kicking Eve and Adam out of the Garden of Eden, and the subsequent invention of clothing. Mormons blame women and coffee. In other religious news, an Italian teenager who died of cancer nearly 20 years ago is set to become the Catholic Church's first ever millennial saint. To celebrate Carlo Acutis's planned canonization, the Catholic Church will offer avocado toast alongside communion. Switching to the lack of religion, the State Department is allegedly spending money overseas to promote atheism. The State Department's goal is to create lasting peace because religious people kill each other over their beliefs, whereas atheists just kill themselves because their lives are meaningless. Nicki Minaj was arrested and then released at the Amsterdam airport after Dutch authorities said they found soft drugs in her luggage. Now, for those of you who don't know, soft drugs are the same as hard drugs, but they're just wrapped in a pillowcase. In celebrity kid name change news, Vivienne Jolie Pitt, the daughter of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, has made the decision to drop Pitt from her last name and replace it with Aniston. No word on when Surrey Cruz will become Surrey Fox. A former Obama speechwriter is set to appear on the next season of Survivor. On that season, the contestants will have to survive in Biden's America, which is a struggle for all of us. Hey, we have some thank yous to give out this week. Thanks to Quadrant55 for explaining the mysterious Jeep ducks in the comments section of last week's episode. You can check that out by watching last week's episode. Thanks to Howard E.J. Johnson and all of our other new subscribers this week. We are tantalizingly close to 1,600 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please help us get over the hump by clicking that subscribe button. Then we can move on to the next hump, because social media is cruel. And thanks to our newest Patreon supporter, Matt Riedemann. We're about to post a couple of Vape the Musical items over there as exclusives to our Patreon supporters. If you'd like to help us make new short films, help us pay our writers, and help us get Vape the Musical running off-Broadway, scan the code or click the link below to visit our Patreon. Every dollar helps. And that has been... No. I'm not going to say... I'm not going to say the thing this week. A new study shows that a family of 4 could easily spend almost $1,000 to go to a Yankees game. The cost of a Mets game is only $500, although that cost doesn't include therapy. Staying with baseball, Angel Hernandez, one of the worst umpires in Major League history, has retired effective immediately. He had planned to retire during the offseason, but he kept putting his resignation letter a foot and a half outside the mailbox slot. The Dalai Lama allegedly pointed at a fat cameraman and told him to go on a diet. The man was upset and responded by saying that he's not fat and that the camera actually adds 10 pounds. Oh, I'm told we have an update from the beach. So let's go back to Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Burton Cowden at the beach.
Brian, I'm going to need you to come pick me up.
Well, Burton, I would help, but unfortunately I had to cancel all my credit cards for some reason. So I don't have any way to put gas in my brand new Beamer to come get you. Sorry about that. An Ohio billionaire plans to take a submarine to the site of the Titanic to prove the undersea tourism industry is much safer after last year's implosion of a tourist sub. That's one heck of a way for Hollywood to reboot the Final Destination franchise. American Airlines backed away from claiming that a 9-year-old girl should have known that a flight attendant secretly recorded her using the in-flight bathroom. An American Airlines spokesperson said the girl's family didn't pay the watch you while you pee fee. And that's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me.
Whoa. 2-1. And, oh my goodness. 2-2. You have got to be kidding me. What in the world?
Well, it's not an official game until Angel plays a big part in it.
Angel, Devil.
Boy.
That's a tough one to call. Wow. May got a break.
Don't worry, I'll have some speaks with that home plate umpire after the game. Ooh, I won. I two.